The Tastemaster essay is brought to you by Clover, made with love for the ones you love. Last week on the Tastemaster essay, it was chaos in the kitchen for a relay team cooking challenge. The red team pulled it all together, earning themselves immunity from elimination. Now crunch time for the bottom six. And it all begins in Cape Town's famous Bree Street at one of the country's hottest contemporary Italian eateries.
Feeling anxious today, new challenge. I'm trying just to have a calm mindset.
I am feeling a little bit stressed as it is my first elimination and I don't know what to expect.
I know that Scala restaurant is an Italian pasta restaurant and I'm very excited because I love pasta.
This is one of the best pasta restaurants in the city. I am super keen on what they have in store for us.
This is now my second elimination challenge and I'm feeling great because we're making something that I love, making pasta.
I'm happy that I'm learning something new, but I'm really sad that I'm in an elimination challenge because I have a 1 in 6 chance of leaving the competition.
Welcome to Scala Pasta. My name is Justin Barker. I'm the Group Executive Chef. This is Wesley Roos. He's the head chef of Scala. What Scala means in Italian is the staircase. So as you walk down those beautiful stairs, we welcome you here to our little adventure of doing pasta. Scala Pasta came about through the Pan Collection Group. 2 years ago, the owners had reached out to a partner of theirs, Luciano Monasilio. He is the king of carbonara in Italy. He joined us to show us a refined way of making pasta.
When it comes to pasta, fresh is definitely better. You cannot rival the flavor and the taste and the texture of the fresh pasta versus store-bought or dried pasta. I think with Italian food, it's quite unique because you can use only 3 ingredients, but take something so simple and get quite a complex flavor out of it. And you know, you need to really focus on the quality of your ingredients, how you prepare them, how you season them, to really bring out those natural flavors and make it something that's so full of love and tradition and culture.
So today I'm going to be showing you a more modern take on a pasta. We are taking traditional concepts and modernizing them. So we'll be adding our 00 flour into the mixer.
As much as at home I've cooked pasta, but learning from scratch, this is the new world for me.
It's very important to keep in mind that why we're using the egg white versus the egg yolk. The egg yolk is adding the richness, where the egg white is adding that binding. What we're looking for is a smooth and soft yellow dough.
Now I'm not so happy about this elimination because I've never made pasta from scratch.
The whole point is not to beat the dough too hard, otherwise it's not going to create that nice, smooth, silky texture.
Chef,
yes.
If you would make it by hand, would you also add the eggs slowly or all at once?
All at once. So the traditional way of making a pasta dough is creating a well with your flour and adding in your egg yolks. The whole idea is that you would use a fork, and the fork would then slowly mix in the eggs without creating any of that real mess. And as soon as all the eggs and flour are incorporated, then you would start working the dough. We make 100 kilos a day, so you see Wesley and I, we don't have much muscle, so that's what this bad boy is for. Now we're just going to check it again, and now you have a firmer dough, but that elasticity hasn't been formed yet. Okay. And what we're going to do just before we carry on, just to clean the machine a bit as well, is we're just taking a bit of olive oil. Specifically, we're using clover, and just a little drizzle, just to help break any dry spots that's in the machine, and also helps clean our hands as well.
I'm looking at how Chef Justin is just very particular with his ingredients. I'm looking at how he used the clover olive pride oil just to make sure that the dough doesn't stick to the sides. Also remember that gluten development needs that oil to work through.
Okay guys, so we've removed the dough from the mixer now, so this still has to rest for another 30 minutes just so that it reaches the correct elasticity. So you'll keep it at room temperature, you put it in a bowl with a wet cloth over it, let it rest for 30 minutes.
Out in the beautiful Franschhoek Valley, Taniko, Megan and Danielle enjoy their day off at the breathtaking Allée Bleu Wine and Herb Estate.
Eli Blue Farm, yi shongile, the view tako
Breathtaking. Feeling super relieved that I'm not in the elimination challenge this week. That's 2 weeks not in the elimination challenge, so not too sure if that's an advantage or a disadvantage.
It feels very good to spend a day out not worrying about another upcoming elimination.
You go to elimination round, everyone brings their A game, so you don't want to be there.
Hello ladies, welcome to the beautiful LA Blue estate. Jock next to me here will be showing you our herb gardens.
Ladies, if you will follow me, I will take you down to the production area and show you guys where we're growing the herbs.
LA Blue is all about farm-to-table freshness, and the same applies to food lovers. And we supply herbs, fruit and wine to Food Lovers Market.
So we have our dough that's been rested, and we're now going to start rolling out our sheets. First thing we have to do is we need to create that sheen that you get on the dough. So what we're going to do, we're going to slowly add in our dough. And the whole idea is we want to get rid of that skin. So folding. And remember, we're looking for a rectangle shape. So we also want to just mold it so that there's no uneven edges.
He's so particular with this pasta, how he handles the dough. I'm looking at the time as well, which is one of the most important factors in this whole competition. I just need to nail this.
So little by little, we are moving the gears down.
The rolling out of the pasta into the thin sheets, it requires patience. Something I don't really have.
Sorry, chef, what number is the machine on currently?
We are on number 3. So we are trying to get to number 1.
The way that Chef Justin handles the pasta looks so natural and he makes it look so easy.
Chef, what is the thickness that we are looking for?
I want to be able to see my knuckles. At this point now, I'm almost there, but it almost has to be somewhat translucent.
Aren't you afraid that will break?
No.
That's how you know you got your good quality dough, is if it doesn't break.
Or your good quality chef.
Yeah, ladies, if you will see, this is our production area we've got. We've got 32 tunnels, and if you will see here, we've got coriander. This is one of our main drivers.
I know it's not for everyone, but I love the zesty freshness of coriander.
Fresh herb blend, basil. You know,
My favorite herb is definitely thyme. I cook with it all the time.
Cool, so I'm just going to show you a fun little technique that you can do to like spruce up your pasta, give it a little bit of decorations. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stick some parsley in the dough itself. The dough, and then we are going to just put the fold over the top.
it feels so scary going into an elimination challenge knowing that you haven't made pasta before, but also it's exciting for me because I really, really wanted to always learn and experience this.
Oh, that's pretty.
Magnifico.
Mamma mia. I hope it's Italian.
Smells so good in here.
So ladies, this is our basil tunnel. I'm leaving it over to you, Gerald. Thank you.
The basil that we are using is a small leaf variety. We get it from the nursery at 6 weeks, then it stays in the tunnel for about 4 months.
To get the basil looking this lush, what conditions are required in order to make them grow this well?
Basil likes a little bit of high humidity, and the temperatures must not be below 8 degrees. In the environment that we use, it's a plastic that is called 75% UV diffused, meaning that it doesn't get direct sunlight. That's why you see the leaf quality is so good.
It's really pleasant being here with my fellow teammates. I think we all needed a bit of a break, and it's nice to relax out in nature.
Right, so this is our nice rolled out sheet. Our chefs have already made our Ravioli filling. So this is blanched spinach with the cheeses and some seasonings.
Chef, is it important that the filling is cold?
Yes, always.
Okay.
Because if it's warm, it's going to start breaking up the dough itself. Just creating a little bit of moisture so that the pasta sticks.
Biggest competition, I am looking at Siobhan. She knows what she's doing. She's got her head straight and she's ready to crunch.
Now you're just starting to shape and form your little Ravioli.
I feel like Lucky might be my biggest competition today, as I feel like he works with a lot of refined work in his daily job.
So I would say the biggest competition is obviously Siobhan, Lucky and Kille, because they have not been in any elimination challenge yet.
And there you have your little Rotalino.
What I'm learning and what I'm finding really insightful is how much water and how much humidity and warmth each herb takes to grow vigorously.
I like that man, how to take care of herbs, you know.
I learned a lot about how different herbs need different circumstances to grow and what actually goes into the fresh produce that you see on the shelves, and it's not as simple as I thought.
With Italian sauces, the complexity of flavors is coming not only from the pasta but from the sauce. We don't want to overcomplicate it too much, so when you taste the sauce, you'll taste that it's very light, it's got a beautiful tomato flavor, because we don't want to mask that tomato flavor, we want it to pull through really nicely. We are going to finish this off with a little bit of refined green oil. This is made with chives, oil, and a specific cooking process to release all the chlorophyll, so you get this beautiful bright green. And finish it off with a little bit of micro-herbs. And this, guys, is your Rotalino pasta. Please give it a try and tell me what you think.
Beautiful.
Wow. Now I'm even more scared about this challenge because I can't make it just look beautiful.
It feels like a journey, the taste. No, seriously.
Chef Justin's dish tastes absolutely amazing. It's like earthly flavors, everything's fresh, everything's delectable. The pasta is cooked to perfection, heavenly.
If the masterclass is so high, imagine how the challenge is gonna be.
I think that the pasta challenge, I am glad to not be part of it, but I think pasta is such a versatile thing and you can do so much with it. So I think the contestants are going to have a really fun time.
I really love pasta, so I'm a bit sad that I'm missing out on the pasta challenge. Good luck to the team because it's a tough one. I wouldn't wish it for anyone who got that elimination round. Yoko yay, kitchen. It gets hot, hot, hot and hotter.
Up next, it's pasta from scratch as the contestants get rolling in the Elimination Challenge. Create your own pasta dish inspired by this week's theme, and you could win a KitchenAid pasta roller set plus a KitchenAid stand mixer and drying rack, a 1,500 Rand voucher from Food Lovers Market, and Clover and Today product hampers. Shop the ingredients at Food Lovers Market and make sure to include a Clover product. And to keep your till slip for the entry, share a photo of your creation on the competition post on the Tastemaster SA's Facebook or X pages, or you can share it to Instagram or TikTok and tag at Tastemaster SA. Remember to use hashtag Clover Made with Love, hashtag Food Lovers Market, and hashtag the Tastemaster SA. T's and C's apply. For delicious pasta that's not just fresh, it's unforgettable. Clover, made with love.
Dreams come true with people who believe in better. Capitec is the business bank for everyone. Capitec.
This is my first elimination challenge. I am not looking forward to it at all.
I never thought this would be me, but we're here now. I need to pull up my socks and make sure that I get to the next round.
Welcome back to the Tastemaster Kitchen, guys. I trust you had a wonderful time at Scala with Chef Justin and Wesley, and you learned all the tricks of the trade, yes?
Yes, Chef.
Make it through today's challenge, and you are one step closer to the grand prize of 200,000 Rand cash, courtesy of Capitec Business Banking, to add bold flavor to your future.
Winning 200,000 from Capitec Business Banking will change my life. I am planning to start a business. What I would like to offer is a mini restaurant.
You have 1.5 hours to create an elevated, filled pasta dish. It must also contain a sauce as well as a garnish. For those of you who still have your Sensodyne pin, you can of course use that to your advantage to gain an extra 10 minutes of cooking time. But remember, once you use it, it is gone because you can only play it once in the entire competition. Right, is everybody ready to cook?
Yes, Chef.
Right, guys, remember, season your water and let's get rolling.
Your time starts. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go! Good luck, everybody.
First thing first, I know that I need to get my pasta going because it needs resting time.
The one thing that I need to start with is to put my garlic heads into the oven. Put a little bit of clover, olive oil, salt and pepper.
Trying to be strategic right now. I'm starting with my dough so that it could rest for about 30 minutes.
Chefs, if you were them, what would be the first thing you get going on?
Definitely the first thing you should get going is the dough.
Okay.
Obviously the dough does need to rest, and with given such a short time frame, you need to get that as much time out of it as you can.
What's the biggest mistake they can make today?
It's definitely their sauce. If they haven't got all their ingredients infused and they're not letting it simmer long enough, it could let them down.
And a bad sauce can ruin even a good pasta, hey?
Making pasta from scratch is a bit intricate, so I decided to go the Oma Italian way. I need to spend some time on this. I need to invest in this dough. Without the pasta, there's no golden tickets to the next round.
I'm Paul.
Hi, Chef.
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm also here.
Sure.
Sorry. How are you?
Too late now, too late. Not joking. Hello.
Today I am hoping I'll take you back to the sea. I've always wanted to come to Cape Town, so I have to incorporate the sea somehow, right? So you're gonna have some prawns, some salmon, and some hake in the filling.
Fantastic. And what's your sauce going to be?
Prawn sauce.
Oh, prawns in the filling and in the sauce. Wow.
And some basil oil.
Wow, somebody's taking tips from the masterclass?
Definitely.
I am going for a mushroom-filled fagottini with a pomodoro sauce. Where I grew up, there's a lot of forests around me, and we go foraging for mushrooms quite a lot. So the mushroom element is quite a homey flavor. And then also my mother loves tomato, so the tomato base is for her. The shape is basically like a teardrop, but it has 4 sides.
Oh, like dumplingy.
Yeah, and inspiration from one of the things you did before is the anchovy and sage oil.
Oh, look.
Who's pandering to who now? Okay.
I can't win them all, Chef.
The anchovy is for my dad. It's one of his favorite flavors. And the cheese crisp is for my brother.
I'm looking at the Thai Devon spice. I want to make my own little spice mixture.
Today I'm making a mazzalune pasta with a prawn and cream cheese filling and a prawn and saffron sauce.
Lots of bold flavors.
Yeah.
Hey?
Will the base be in your saffron sauce?
Basically prawn. I'm doing a nice stuff.
But I like the addition of saffron. I think you're sort of tapping into your own family or cultural reference.
I'm trying. I live in an area in Izocha, which is like 7 kilometers away from Shelly Beach. And this is a family farm. I was born and I was brought up here. I was inspired greatly by my family. They used to always say, Kershnie, you're an NGO. You're always cooking for free. You need to do this as a business because it's your passion. So I said, okay, let's do this. And I started my catering business and we've been moving ever since.
Besides Kershnie's lovely cooking, she has a very kind heart. She's someone that we can count on. And she just has a very bubbly personality. Kershnie can make a friend within a few seconds. That's all it takes her.
I love Kershnie. She's so compassionate. She has such a kind heart. I mean, she's such a unique soul. Don't panic, mechanic. Go, 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 Kersh. Go, 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 Kersh.
You got this, girl.
You got this.
Kershnie picked up cooking when she was a very young age, I think around about 10 years old. She was always in the kitchen watching us cook, and she hasn't stopped. She's talented, she's vibrant, and I'm very proud of her. I'm sure she's going to go very far in this competition.
Okay, she's a wonderful cook, and always phones me and, Gran, I'm making this. What can I do? When she's cooking, she cooks with love. That's why the food is so tasty.
I want to wish Kershnie all the best. She's determined, she's very passionate in her cooking, and I'm sure she will give it a go.
Buongiorno, Lucky.
Bonjour, Chef.
You seem very focused.
Yes, Chef.
Are you comfortable with pasta?
Well, so. Dessert is my thing, so today we're just stretching my creativity. Today I'll be making a roasted garlic herbed ricotta. All this will be stuffed in our ravioli pasta, and it will be on a bed of tomato and basil sauce, finished off with a nice coral leaf tuile.
Lager. Oh, there's that nervous energy already. What's going on?
When I see you, just make me nervous.
Oh, it's me, is it? Okay, Lager, talk us through what filling you're going to make for your pasta.
A salmon filling.
Oh!
Yes. The sauce is a lemon and butter sauce.
Okay, and the garnish?
A Parmesan crisp.
I like the butter, I like the lemon. That's definitely going to bring some lightness to the dish and add a nice acidity.
Like yours. You know, yours was dancing on a plate. I want...
Oh, sure.
She said dance?
Sure. Well,
no bribery of the guest judge, please.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Time is money. Time is 200K. My love for baking really started so many months ago when I was working for an organization focusing on orphans and vulnerable children. One of my tasks was to ensure that we got to celebrate their birthdays. What is a birthday without a cake, eh? I went to Google, just retrieved an easy recipe, and that's where everything started. And then after that, posting something on social media, a friend of mine came in and said, hey, Kille, my birthday is coming up. Would you kindly bake a cake for me and I'll pay you? Just like that, my side hustle was born, the Explorer Cake SA. Much as I specialize into dessert, my wife really specializes into cooking. But we have what we call a great combo. It's this to ensure that there is food and there is laughter, of course there is jokes, and then there is comfort. I have the most gorgeous two daughters, been raised by a single parent. I know Uguti, I have a role to play as a father to ensure Uguti, I leave what I call, it is a legacy, so that they could strive and fulfill their dreams.
Ollie, what are you making?
I'm making a prawn ravioli. For my sauce, I'll be making a tomato sauce.
Okay, and your garnish will be?
And my garnish, can we leave it for a surprise?
No, I don't like surprises.
Thank you,
Chef,
Chef.
between you and me, he can't hear us. How's his pasta dough looking?
It's getting there. It is the first thing I need to get set, so I would put a bit of pressure on that.
I'm finding it very hard to knead my dough. I need to get this dough really firm.
Lots of similarities happening in terms of the flavors. Chef, what's exciting you out there?
I like Kolle's idea with the ravioli. I'm interested to see what happens there. A lot of natural flavors that he's working with, and you know, Mother Nature's a true artist, so we can see if he can work in collaboration with her.
There you go. Chef, anything pique your interest?
Siobhan, definitely. I like the umami flavors she's working with. I'm a mushroom fan. I'm looking forward to seeing the fogatini that she's doing and how she's going to actually get it into the water and making sure that it doesn't break as well.
Hustle for your muscle.
I think I want them focusing on the simplicity of their sauces, not too many aromatics going on, the right reduction. That's very important, because if you have too thin of a sauce, it's not going to bring through that flavor. So I really want them to be focusing on light, simple ingredients, and less is more. All right, guys, we've got an hour left. Let's get cracking, yeah?
Woo, let's go, guys. Keep moving.
Okay, yeah, chef. Whoa. I started off this dough, and I think I used the wrong quantity of flour. So I need to move, because I'm way behind time here.
Next up, as the pressure mounts, contestants discover there's a fine line between al dente and disaster.
Currently, I'm putting my dough to rest, but it's not actually doing the things that needs to happen to it. Hopefully, it will firm up. The plan is to work on my filling, which is going to be my prawns, herbs, and also with my spices, and then put that into the freezer so that it will chill. I'm actually running out of time. I should have done this 15 minutes ago.
I am loving my food lovers prawns. They are looking beautiful. And did you know that they actually clean them for you and dish and devein them? No extra charge. Now I'm making my prawn sauce because it needs to simmer for 14 minutes. Yeah, I need to hurry on this. I'm feeling a little all over the place right now.
I'm busy with my filling for my ravioli. Chef did say he doesn't want cream, so we're making it creamy with some cheese.
The whole pasta dough story just threw me off. I'm like, okay, start with the filling first. Flash fry your prawns, start chopping up things, but I find myself running up and down in the kitchen. I'm trying to make a stock, but I need to like hurry up because I'm late. Time's gone.
I've got my dill, I've got my parsley. Also, I'm getting this nice smell that's coming from the oven, which means my roasted garlic is ready.
Sissy? Hamba kanjani? Oh, that's not an answer.
So at the moment, I'm making my salmon filling. I've got about 5 minutes left. Oh, almost. Oh, 1 minute until I can start rolling out my
Pasta. Okay, you happy with the consistency of the dough?
Yes.
Ooh, phefumula, Sissy. Ungaquleki, please. Not on my watch. Oh, you're making your stock?
Yes.
Okay, everything going according to plan?
No.
Okay, tell me your problems.
I'm very behind time.
But the filling, done?
Doing.
Is that what we're working on now? With the sauce?
Yes,
Okay.
in between.
Remind me again what you said your garnish was going to be?
Actually, my initial plan was to do to deep fry a prawn head.
Oh!
But nothing's going as planned, Zola.
Okay, I think maybe take a deep breath, regroup.
Okay.
I am busy with the homemade ricotta that I made with the clover full cream milk. And I'm just squeezing as much water as I can out so that it becomes a thicker cheese that I can pipe it. I use clover as the fat content is perfect for making cheeses.
Oh, lucky, Ciarola, you're way ahead. Look at you. You're the first one to start rolling.
The pressure is not rolling though.
Okay,
I still need to make my garnish here. So if I can get the primary components, which is the pasta, the sauce, the filling, then I can start working on my garnish. But looking at the time, I'm just hoping I don't have to use my pen. I'll just get my fingers crossed.
Okay, so chef said, do it 4 times on one speed and then you move to the next. I think that's what he said.
Now I'm working on my sauce, and it will be a tomato base, just with spice, some garlic, some coriander as well. This is smoked paprika. So what I'm trying to add, that zinc, that taste at the end.
And that deep smokiness, that umami smokiness that goes well with tomatoes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, manje, the pasta dough, upinde
So the
wayenza
pasta
or...
dough, it's there, it's resting now, and then the only thing that is remaining is just to roll it out.
So I'm rolling out the dough and I decide, let me add a decoration to my pasta. So I put in some dough, fold it up and start rolling again.
Okay, pasta rolling. Came at the perfect time. I want to see how you roll, babe.
I'm using my muscles.
Using your whole body.
Just a little bit.
Contestants, you have 30 minutes left. I'm
good.
full.
There is still a lot I need to do. The time is going by so quickly.
This is good. You're happy?
Chef uthe mangibeka la. Kumele ngibone la masterclass.
And
Stay right.
How's it going?
I wish I could say that all is well, chef. I struggle a lot with my dough.
Okay.
Thank you, chef.
Patience and perseverance.
No. I think I'm ready to give up. I'm panicking, but I'm trying to push it. Calm down, calm down.
That's the first one that's got the pasta cooking, so that's a good sign.
Right, guys, you got 15 minutes left on the clock. Let's get going.
Yes, chef. I haven't even started my basil oil.
The clock here in the Taste Master kitchen ticks just a little faster than normal time, it feels like.
Sure, I feel pressure filling.
Oh, suddenly it's not an easy task, eh?
Nervous.
So who impressed you the most right now?
I think if I had to give my opinion, it would definitely be Siobhan. Her pasta dough is restaurant quality.
Oh!
She seems very calm. Ollie needs to just calm down a bit, but
Yeah, the nerves.
he's on the right track.
I like him Paul, but I think she's been pandering to my ego the whole
Oh,
time.
the flirting worked on you. Oh, weak, chef,
I know.
weak. Contestants, listen up. This is your final 10-minute call.
Okay, I have to play my pen. 10 minutes on the clock, I'm feeling very stressed out. Still have to do my pasta. I take my stock, I start adding in my coconut milk, a bit of butter, and I mix that through.
My pasta needs to go in the water. It's actually a bit late.
10 minutes is not much. I am starting to stress as I'm still folding half of my pastas, so I think it's going to be very tight.
I'm just going to put some basil in my water so the basil will then infuse in the pasta. So we'll get the basil feel.
5 minutes.
5 minutes left. I'm so anxious. I haven't done my garnish yet.
Pasta. Hey, you have extras.
No, chef.
And we burn for the bake.
1 minute.
It was right off the stove. Can you imagine? Did I forget to close the pot like that?
60 seconds left. I don't know if I'm going to get everything onto the plate.
30 seconds.
I'm looking at my pasta and one of the raviolis. It hasn't even turned color. I think I'm just gonna plate 3 and not 4.
There's nothing that I can do. What I have, I need to work with it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Step away from your plates. Loge, your extra 10 minutes starts now.
I am very happy with my dish of today. I actually made ricotta, but it's still in the fridge.
This has been the most difficult challenge of my life. Breathe in, breathe out, done.
Missed my Sensodyne pan, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not happy with how the dish looks, but I'm happy with what I have made.
That was a full-on marathon. I didn't think that I'll plate anything. That's why I entered this competition, to show the guys of Kukule to that don't ever give up.
Real panic station.
The pressure was real. I'm glad that I managed to put all the things that were supposed to be on the plate.
Yeah.
Loge, you have 30 seconds left.
Help me.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand over your Sensodyne pin, please.
This is so emotional.
Okay, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Are you happy with how you used your 10 minutes?
Not quite.
Okay.
I do not want to be out of this competition, and I love all these people. Ultimately, somebody has to go home today.
Coming up with mixed emotions as the clock ran out, who has done enough to stay in the competition? For delicious pasta that's not just fresh, it's unforgettable. Clover, made with love.
Whenever you have something really cold, and then you get this short, sharp kind of sensation, that's sensitivity. The problem is not going to go away by itself. I always recommend Sensodyne.
I am feeling very nervous. I hope the pasta is cooked through and the filling inside also is cooked through.
It does look glaringly like something is missing from your plate.
The basil oil. Time, ne? Was not on my side. But you know what I decided to do?
Tell me.
I put some basil in my water, so I'm hoping you guys will still get the basil flavor from the pasta. I tried to wing it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about plating, did we start on the uniform first or did we move straight to the plate?
Chef, I noticed that you like some sauce, so I thought, let me keep myself saucy for you.
Oh, the flirting continues.
It starts again.
Okay, let's
Right.
stop it right there. Let's taste.
I'm not looking at the judges as they taste my food, but the first thing Zola said when she looked at the plate was, we can see the missing one.
Well, I like the dish. It's got a nice umami flavor to it. There's a richness in the prawns that stands out for me. The balance of the herbs comes through quite nicely.
The sauce is a bit thin, so it's not really coating the pasta very nicely, but the flavor is there. It's got almost like a bisque flavor to it. It just could have just been refined a little bit better.
For me, Paul, I commend you for the thinness of your pasta. It's lovely and delicate. You cooked it perfectly. I, however, need a little bit more acidity in the dish. I think that with the filling being seafood, even just a bit of lemon zest would have added some freshness. The garnish is distinctly missing. Had that been a textural element, that would have been lovely because the texture is all very the same. But you got a depth of flavor in there, which I'm very impressed by.
I'm very happy that I got the pasta right and that I rolled it out the perfect way. I was really, really worried about that.
With the garnish missing, it feels...
Doesn't feel complete.
That's it.
Feeling really scared. Might be going home today.
Was this the garnish you were intending from the start, or was this a last minute you decided?
No, definitely. This was the garnish, surprise garnish.
Surprise
as
garnish.
much as it didn't come up right. I'm really feeling anxious. The judge is about to taste my food. I'm skeptical how are they going to judge based on if ever I have all the 3 elements required.
I feel the pasta is cooked very well. You've got a nice thin pasta, encased your filling very nicely. It is lacking a bit of base flavor. I can see where you were going with it. Like the smoked paprika definitely does complement the prawns very well.
I can see where you're going with the flavors. I really wish you would have blended up the sauce. And also I can kind of feel that the prawns are a little bit overcooked. So it's giving it that like very rubbery texture. Good mindset of what you were going for, but I think the execution could have done a little bit better.
I unfortunately got one of the ravioli that was busted. So my dish is overly watery, which is unfortunate. But you did it. You produced a dish with a sauce and a garnish.
Time was definitely an issue, but I know that I did my best.
As much as I look so calm, I am so nervous, and my sauce looks like it's splitting. However, I am confident in my pasta though.
What did you take from the masterclass earlier?
I actually have never mastered making a pasta from scratch. I'm big on desserts, but not on the culinary side of things. So just the handling of the pasta, the gluten strength, the flavor balance as well. I just hope it just works well together when you guys go in. Oh, I'm looking at my plate, I'm looking at the judges, but mostly I'm looking at Chef Justin. He's not smiling. I just hope I got this one.
Lucky I like this. It's rustic, it's well executed. The tomato is coming through beautifully. I think you've really narrowed down just focusing on the simplicity of the ingredients. Pasta could have been seasoned a little bit better.
I wish you'd done maybe one large raviolo so we could see the beautiful edible flowers laminated into the pasta dough. But having said that, the little dainty ones were also really cute, really elegant. The texture of your sauce, maybe for your presentation, didn't work. But in terms of flavor and actual mouthfeel, it was actually really lovely. Well done for getting that depth of flavor.
Thank you so much, chefs. A bit of relief, don't get too excited. One leg in, one leg out.
That sauce is delicious.
The sweetness of the tomatoes really comes through, but the pasta was a little bit of a letdown.
I didn't taste my whole dish together, so I'm not really sure if my flavors will work well and that if it's up to their standard.
Did everything go exactly according to plan?
I just wanted to still maybe put a cheese crisp on to actually complete the dish because of the concept. And I made a homemade ricotta, which never made it onto the plate.
Oh, what a shame.
As the chefs are tasting, it does look promising. I think it might be okay.
I think that you produced a really beautiful, elegant looking dish. The sauce itself, beautiful color. You didn't quite reduce it enough to get that depth of flavor. It still has a lot of acidity in those tomatoes, and I think a bit of longer cooking would have mellowed that out.
I think what stands out the most for me is from the first bite, I felt that your seasoning was really on point. For me personally, I feel that the pasta, I like that sort of bite on my pasta, so I quite enjoyed that as well, as you can see. Filling as well on the mushrooms, it balances out well. I'm not a big fish person, but I mean that anchovies really does come through with a complementary undertone. So
I had high expectations of you and you delivered. The sage was a little bit of a letdown, but doing a fogatini, doing something like this, it does take a little bit more finesse, and I'm very impressed. Well done.
Oh, thank you, chef. I am really happy with the feedback that I got back today on my plate, so I'm not worried that I'm going home today.
I'm feeling embarrassed. I feel that my dish is lacking a lot of things.
Do you think that extended 10 minutes helped you?
No. I am worried that I have not tasted the pasta with the sauce. I'm hoping I've done enough.
I like the fact that you changed it up and you didn't do what everybody else had done, which was nice. I noticed you had capers on your table. Would have loved the caper in there. Caper, the salmon's classical flavors. It's just a little too basic.
The filling to pasta ratio is a bit off. You've got quite a large brim on your ravioli, so it would have been done well with a bit more filling. But your pasta is cooked very well.
I think you wasted a lot of time worrying about multiple garnishes instead of just focusing on the flavor of your butter. I wonder if you used your 10 minutes in the best way possible?
My dish was basic and boring. It's a TV dinner.
She really forgot about what we had said in the masterclass about simplicity.
I'm feeling like a nervous wreck. Scared.
I'm quite excited for what you described at the beginning. Your garnish, would that then be the prawns that you've placed on top?
Yes.
Okay.
Zola always looks at you like she looks at you like this into your soul. So I avoided it. I just looked down. I looked at the plate. I didn't want to look at her because immediately I'll start crying.
I love the consistency of your sauce. It's coated the pasta very well. It's very glossy. It looks good. Flavor-wise, I'm not really getting the saffron, but it's an interesting combination to have a sort of spicier pasta because you don't generally get that in Italian cuisine.
It is a little bit over spicy. Pasta, very well executed. In terms of the seasoning from the pasta to the prawns and to the sauce, I think it's well balanced.
I think that this is such an original take on a pasta challenge. I can see how you put your own personality into this. And listen, it is an elimination and it makes sense why you're emotional about this thing. And I think that whatever happens, you can hold your head high.
Thank you. From the get-go, things were not working out for me. So it's extremely emotional. Like, are you going home? Are you staying? Did you do enough? It's a lot.
Up next, after negative reviews from the judges, will Lier and Kershnie survive another day? Now you could win 5,000 Rand with the Tastemaster SA and Capitec. We want to know, whose pasta dish would you love to try? To enter, reply with your answer on the competition post on the Tastemaster SA's Facebook, X or Instagram accounts. Make sure you include #GrowWithCapitec and #the Tastemaster SA in your entry. T's and C's apply and can be found on the tastemaster.co.za. Cook like an Italian nonna with real ingredients from Food Lovers Market. No passport needed.
Chefs, I think we were presented 6 pasta dishes with lots of potential. I think they all were even keel in terms of their pasta execution. Where they went wrong was a bit of flavor, seasoning, sauces.
I think for me, what I noticed that was throughout all the dishes was their garnishes were very lacking. It is part of the challenge, and I don't think anybody really pulled through strongly with that.
There were some that really excelled, and there were some that definitely have a lot more work to do in terms of, executing an elegant, Scala-worthy pasta dish. But we do have a very difficult decision. We're sending somebody home because, after all, this is an elimination. So, chefs, are you ready to make that decision?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Going into the verdict, to be honest, I'm already taking my apron off.
I'm really feeling scared, standing a chance to go home.
I feel like home is very close.
I think my dish is good enough to make it through.
I'm feeling better. I'm not feeling as emotional as I was before.
Lucky, are you hanging up your apron today? Let's see what they have to say.
Contestants, before we deliver the verdict for today, I want to say a huge thank you to the chefs from Scala for sharing all of their secrets, guiding you through the masterclass, and helping me judge today. Thank you, chefs.
You guys definitely took the brief very well. The pastas was executed beautifully.
From my side, it was also very refreshing to see a lot of new faces taking on the challenge, learning something new. The challenge was pasta, and you guys did the pasta very well. Unfortunately, there was a bit of the other lackings, but I mean, that will come with more practice. You fail, you learn, you try again.
Thank you, Chef.
Right, on to the not so pleasant news, but we all know that this is a competition and you are playing for a grand prize of 200,000 Rand. And of course, the title of Tastemaster SA. Somebody is leaving us today, and the person leaving the Tastemaster kitchen today is Mpho. Mpho, the reason why you're leaving is because you didn't follow the brief. We always give you very strict parameters about what the challenge entails. Yes, your flavor might be up there, your presentation might be up there, but if you don't complete the task, you don't leave us a complete plate to judge. Mpho, very sad to see you leave. Please say your final words.
Thank you very much for this opportunity having me here. And good luck to the rest of the contestants. I'll be okay. I'm living with the chef here.
Paul, you have an infectious personality. I'm sure that, you know, the vibes in the kitchen are going to change. And I'm sure we're going to see your vibes in lights somewhere someday.
Probably.
So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
For now, please hang up your apron and leave the Tastemaster kitchen.
I'm feeling sad. Imagine being sent home because you didn't have time for garnish. That long-lasting Sensodyne pen could have really helped. Thank you, Tastemaster.
I am really sad to see Mpho go. She is such a fun-loving person and really the life of the party. I think it won't be the same without her.
I feel very excited about the second chance and that I haven't been eliminated. I just need to up my game.
I cannot wait for the next challenge. I just have to put my head down, always stick to the brief.
I'm looking forward just to come back, redeem myself.
I'm going to fight to the death to win the Capitec 200,000 Rand prize.
Next week, we celebrate the father figures in our lives as the top 8 contestants head out to one of South Africa's most celebrated and historic wine estates for a cookout like no other.
Another feel-good production.